What's up guys, welcome to Hardwin82 channel. I'm Adam and in today's video we're gonna talk about internet in our house. Especially I'm gonna talk about the problem of not having internet in some parts of our home. What to do in cases like this, what our options are. Is Wi-Fi the only technology we can use, or maybe there's something better, much better? If you want to find out what that is, stay tuned. Maybe some of you noticed already, but I moved to this new location. This is in my house, obviously, but a different room. The room is great. I have more space, I have better lights, I have everything just for me. But there is one problem here. There is no internet. Usually in situations like this we have three options. Option number one is a LAN cable. In my case would be around 15 meters connecting my computer to router that is downstairs. It's not an elegant way to do that, but yeah, I could do that. I could drill some holes, I could run that cable through whole house, job done. Option number two is a Wi-Fi. It's a very handy feature. We are using this every single day, but maybe it's just me, but I hate Wi-Fi simply because I don't trust anything that is wireless. Doesn't matter if this is internet connection between your keyboard and computer, or maybe PC mice. I don't care. I don't trust anything that is wireless. Besides, I'm looking for the best possible performance in this room, so Wi-Fi is not the best for me. Not many people knows that, but Wi-Fi is working in so-called half duplex mode. In other means, Wi-Fi cannot receive and send data in the same time. So whatever you're doing on the internet, first your Wi-Fi connection is trying to send some packets, and when finished, he's trying to download some. Everything happens so fast, so you don't even realize that this is happening. But if you are a gamer and if you are playing games like shooting games, for example Call of Duty Warzone, you know what I'm talking about. You know what bad latency means for you. You know what high pings or package loss is doing for your gaming experience. Basically is a no-go. So in my case, Wi-Fi, thank you very much, but no. So what is the other option I have? Something called Powerline Adapter. Something like this. Those devices are brilliant. They are using existing electric wiring in your house. In other means, electricity and internet, which is data, goes through your socket in the wall, electric socket. Those devices usually comes in pairs, and the installation is very simple. You just connecting one of those devices to your router using small LAN cable, and the other adapter goes to the room you want to have internet. In my case, this room, I have a power outlet over there, so I'm connecting the second adapter over there. I have another small LAN cable which I'm connecting to my network adapter, and the last thing you need to do is to pair those two devices, and this is very simple. You just press the button on one of the devices, it says pair, and from now on you have 2 minutes to do the same with the other devices. Simple, just installation took me 1 minute, maybe even less. still interested how this whole thing works, no problem. I will just explain this in just a few sentences. Electricity goes through the wiring with a certain frequency. Usually it's around 50 to 60 Hertz. And those power adapters, they're just sending data on a different frequency, between 2 to 8 megahertz, I believe. It is a little bit like a radio in your car. You choose different frequency and you have different stations. So it's the same principle applies here as well. I mentioned before that I hate Wi-Fi technology, but to be precise, I prepare some tests. In a moment you will see 3 different tests which I made. First one is my internet connection, internet speed, using the LAN cable downstairs connected straight to the router. So there is no middleman between my computer and the router, it's just one cable. And you will see the best results I'm getting from my network provider. The second test will be done here after installation. So I will run the same exactly test with those devices and you will see the results. And the last test will be using my wife's laptop, and we will test how Wi-Fi could work here in this specific location. To be honest, I was really surprised. I was looking at the reviews of that devices and I was expecting some much slower performance. I wasn't expecting that I will have exactly the same speed as I'm getting from direct connection between router and the computer. I was expecting a little bit less, something between 5 to even 20% looking at the reviews. But oh boy, I was really in shock. The results are almost the same. Download speed, upload speed is almost the same. So I was really pleased seeing that I did a good choice and I bought this specific device. The only downside I've noticed when I'm playing Call of Duty Warzone, I've noticed that latency is a little bit worse. Latency means delay, and this is the last thing you want. It's basically when you see opponent and you want to shoot him, and you think that you start shooting first, but actually you wasn't. There was this small delay and actually your opponent was starting to shoot you first, but from your perspective, you could be 100% sure that I was first that started shooting. I should win this fight, but somehow I lost. You lost because of that bad latency. The good news in my case is the latency, yeah, increased a bit, but not big enough to change my whole game experience. I was playing for a few days Call of Duty and I haven't noticed any real problems in the real world, so I'm really pleased with this. Those devices comes with different speeds. I choose 1 gigabit. That means theoretically this device, those adapters can communicate with that speed, 1 gigabit speed. I don't need that speed because my internet provider is giving me around 110 megabits, which is tenth of what this device is capable to do. But keep in mind that maybe if you are using a lot LAN network and you are sending data between computers inside the house, inside your network, 1 gigabit might be not good enough for you. 1 gigabit means around 100 megabytes per second, and that's not very good these days. These days we have drives that they are more than capable to do 1500 megabytes per second write and read. So having 1 gigabit is not probably the best choice for you if you are sending data between your local network. In my case, it's much more than I really need. I'm not sending data between network. Even if I did, probably I'm thinking about buying NAS server. It still doesn't bother me too much because I have time. I can just ask my computer to download or upload some files, and I have time. I don't need this super fast speed. So in my case, this choice is perfect. One handy feature I have to mention, is a feature that allows those devices to save energy, and that is working great. I was testing this, I will show you in a bit. I was testing this, I turned off my computer and I was watching those adapters, what they are doing, and yeah, they are doing what they're supposed to do. So I've noticed that they are going to standby mode and they are just using almost none of electricity, which is great because we don't want to pay massive bills for electricity. Another advantage of having this instead of Wi-Fi technology is, I will tell you this because no one is really thinking about this, is a safety. So Wi-Fi technology is spreading the signal everywhere. So in theory, your neighbor or someone who parked the car just in front of your house with a laptop could pick this frequency and start doing malicious things. Obviously, this is not that simple and you need to know what to do, but I just want you to be aware that situation like this might happen. With those devices, you cannot do that because data stays in your house. The only problem could be if you live, let's say, in the flat building or maybe semi-detached house, something like that. So in theory, your neighbor with exactly the same adapter connected somewhere in the building could somehow disrupt your internet connection, or in some cases, if he's a good hacker, he could even start checking what you're doing. But that's not simple stuff. But I just want you to be aware that situation like this is possible. Those devices are using 128-bit AES encryption. So it's pretty damn good encryption. You should be safe. So yeah guys, one more time, the best solution for the performance is a LAN cable. But let's say the LAN cable is not an option for you, then you have those devices. And last resort, in my opinion, is a Wi-Fi connection, which I really hate because of this half duplex problem, because of the losing packets, because of the much worse performance. So in my case, that was a no-go, but I understand that maybe not every device you want to connect it will be using LAN cable. So Wi-Fi for someone is a better option. And the last thing I want to mention, those devices are coming with different features, which I'm gonna show you now. So basically this is a device very similar to the device I just bought, but the only difference is the speed. So this Powerline adapter provides you up to 600 megabits per second. Next one is the same company, Powerline Adapter Twin Pack. This is exactly the model I just bought and I was just reviewing. Great stuff, I really recommend it. Next one, if you don't want to lose your power connection. You could buy something like this, so you can use your Powerline adapter and you are not losing the power socket, so you can still connect whatever you want. This is quite handy feature, but like you see, quite also expensive. The previous one was only 40 quid. This one is a 64. It's a huge difference. Of course, the speed is a little bit higher, but I didn't need this, so I didn't go with this. And the last one, quite interesting option. It's very expensive, but it's very fast and allows you to connect internet in your house in both ways, which is LAN cable, and he has also Wi-Fi, so it's acting like a Wi-Fi extender. Alright guys, that's gonna be it. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, consider subscribing. Don't forget to smash that like button if you want. If not, it's still okay, and I will see you next time. Thank you.